afternoon. Today is December 31st, the last of 2020. Today and this weekend, we have a 4-day weekend. Today we are going to finish the bus's required pieces to be insured. I've managed to get carryover insurance till January 3rd, but we are going to finish it so we can have insurance. We could probably get by without it, but there's about $11,000 in this thing so far, so I'd hate for it to just go up in smoke. So we are going to drill countertops, cut countertops on both sides, and if we have time this weekend, we'd like to move and put in our twin beds slash seats for the front. One of the things we haven't been able to do is ride around in it because we don't have seat belts for anybody. In California, you have to have a seat belt for everybody. So once we get those chairs in, we can put seat belts in, and then we can ride around in this thing. And that'll be a little more fun. Plus, once we've got this installed and the sink installed, we can finish up the plumbing. And also this weekend, we're gonna get our second 75-gallon tank. So we're going to install the back bed as well, because we've been waiting on that because it's going to be kind of a pain to put the second 75-gallon tank in there with everything installed. So welcome back. It's after Christmas and we're going to do a little more work. We're sort of at a standstill on the windows because you can't buy butyl tape at a local store. Well, we'll order some butyl tape because that's what we're going to seal these with. We've already painted those 4. We only have 20 more to go. So what we're doing is taking all the windows off, cleaning the frames, painting them so it's got a white painted interior, and then the plan is to butyl tape them and reinstall them. One of the things that we are having to pause on is everything we're building is up close to the windows. So if we were to permanently install this right now, we couldn't get the windows in and out because they can't fold out over the window. So everything right now is still removable, so we can get the windows in and out. Once we're done with them, we'll bolt these countertops down permanently, or semi-permanently. So that's what we're sort of trying to build modularly so we can keep work going on the windows and do framework at the same time. Because we've got this cabinet framed out, all we have to do is put a nice face on it. As we talked about before, this is all the electronics. That end is DC, this end is AC, so that's nicely done over here. This side is going to be the water. The refrigerator is going to go right here, and we're going to build this sink into a permanent countertop, very similar to this one, and that's going to go right here. So we're going to build another wall, just a wall frame like this into this piece of the frame, and lay this countertop on top of it and work from there. So that's the next step for today, is we're cleaning more windows and we're going to put another piece of wall in so we can put this countertop up.
Speak into the camera.
So there I was, sitting in a bus. Today we are going to cut a hole in a $250 countertop. One of the reasons why is we have to have a permanently installed countertop for insurance. And our insurance expires January 3rd. So I would like to permanently install the cooktop. We've measured, we want to center the cooktop between the cabinet doors, the soon-to-be cabinet doors, and we've made a design decision kind of as far forward as we can get it, so we know where the countertop is going to be and we know where this hole has to be. So after I've measured out and marked up what I want to drill cut. I'm going to go get the drill and drill the corners and use the jigsaw to cut a rectangle out, which will, if everything works out, that will drop right down into. And then we'll have a permanently installed cooktop. Meanwhile, we got the things to finish the windows, and that's what Tyler and Jen are gonna work on. Is we got the butyl tape to wrap around the windows and seal them up, so they're going to finish the windows, at least these 4, and install them, so this will all be permanently installed. That's our plan for today. We may, if we're a success with cutting this out, we may cut the sink out. We'll see how it goes. Step 1, cut out the hole for the stove. We've cut our first, hopefully, oven stovetop sized hole out of our expensive cabinets. We're gonna see if it fits. It kind of fits. What's it catching on? Anything? Oh, because it's not in its spot. There, that's exactly what it's gonna look like, except imagine a nicer front and cabinet doors. There we go. Hole number 1's a success. Can you use it? What do you think?
That looks pretty good.
First impressions?
Mom? Gonna check?
Mom, first impressions?
It looks good.
It's on. You have to have something metal to put on it so it makes it work though. You can touch it, it doesn't get hot.
I can touch it.
Alright.
Is this all equal?
I don't know. You want to really run and check it?
Huh?
You really want to test it? What if it's wrong?
Then I just know that it's wrong. It just confirms whether I'm crazy or whether I'm not crazy. Is there any wiggle room or no?
No.
Okay. Alright. That's good.
Is it straight or not?
No, but that's okay.
It looks straightish.
It
looks straight enough.
It's partly to confirm what I'm seeing, because it looked like it was this way a tiny little bit, and it is a tiny little bit, but
Minuscule amount.
it's a pretty small amount, yeah.
18 at the lip. Okay, so it's an 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah. It's not significant.
I suppose we could, I could take a little bit off of the back. We've got the back at a standstill for right now, so we've decided we can't really do anything until we have seats and seat belts. So the next thing on the agenda is to put together the twin beds / couches for the front. So we have a design we're going to try. If it sucks, we'll try a different one, but we're going to put one together as a prototype and see if it works. So that's what we're cutting now, the wood for the prototype. Part of my design includes some teeth, because
What are these for? To recline?
Just to make it recline. And if it works, this will be able to be pulled out and reclined at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different positions. So we'll see. Right now I'm just going to screw these pieces together so they have the exact same tooth patterns, and then bandsaw the teeth out, and then we'll attach them, and then we'll attach the legs, and that'll be it for the base unit. this is the base for the first bench. The base, the way it's going to work is there's another, the bottom piece, the seat piece is here, and the top piece is hinged, and it comes up here. So it's two, and what you do is it's stopped here at the base. So in order to extend it, all you got to do is lift it up out of the notch and push it forward how far you want it, and then it lays down flat. And then to put it back, you lift the back and push it back in at any point of these teeth. So the theory is I can do it in these increments and have the back like this or like this or like this, so that I can recline, because I like my recliners. So tomorrow maybe we will build the back and the seat and see how they work together. But yeah, we did the base real quick. So that was it for today. We're gonna button it up and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello and happy 2021. We are working on the prototype for the bench seat. And that's what this is. This is the base of it, or the seat part. The base has already been built yesterday. This, and then there's a third piece we got to put together. And we'll see if my big idea works. So as soon as we put this together, we'll put it together and see if it works. We are about to cut our second hole in the countertop. We want to center the sink on the cabinets doors where they're eventually going to be. So that's what we're working on, is making sure that the template is centered. Once we've got the template centered, I'm going to drill the holes like we did yesterday and saw it out. And then we will have a sink. One hole cut in the countertop. Now we're going to see if the sink fits. So, sink, hole, drop in sink. Let's see if it drops in. Looky there, a drop in sink. Oh look, we already had this set up ready to go too.
Is it centered
Yeah.
to where we want it?
Yep. There we go. What do you think, Jen?
Oh, you put the faucet on there. Oh, it's tilting.
I know, I just pulled the sink forward a little bit because it's going to live a little further forward. This isn't fastened down, it's just
Oh, I see. It's just...
resting there.
It's nice. I like it. It looks
Doable?
great. Yeah.
All right.
I feel like that's a good distance from the front. We have a stove.
We have a stove.
And
we
a
have a
sink
sink
that you
hasn't
can't
been hooked
see.
up yet. And we have the fridge running
Fridge.
on battery power right now.
Cool.
We're going to time to see how long it takes to. It's running at 84 watts, I think.
And we went with, what is it, 4.5? 4.2? 4 point something
It's
cubic
quiet.
feet. So that we can put our microwave on top of it. And then maybe a pull out little cubby thing here for some pantry stuff.
Yeah. We need a thermometer in there to see how cold it gets. But, cool.
Cool.
All right, next up today,
All right, what else are you
we're waiting
working on?
for the second tank.
Oh,
When
that's supposed to come today?
If that gets here today, we will finish. We will
It's
put
right
the
down the
platform.
street, actually.
I don't think it's
No, that's
coming
the
by
mailman.
USPS.
But
And we've
I
got
am
our
gonna-
chair behind you that is together and just doesn't have soft, fluffy stuff on it, but
And I'm going to plumb the sink. So I'm going to plumb the sink until the tank gets here, and then we'll go from there.
cool.
So we've finished the plumbing. we've got our what is that? The drain plumbed and the hot and cold water supply plumbed. We've got the valves all aligned and we've got the pumps energized. The pump is not running right now because it's
supposedly all pressurized.
Right, so it's supposedly at 40 psi. So let's turn on the water and see what happens.
There goes the pump. That's just air in the system, right?
Yep. So this is cold water. Pump is pressurized enough. And this is the hot water, so it's going to take a little longer because I've got to fill the hot water tank before it starts pushing water up here. Oh, so hopefully the drainage water is coming into the sump, and hopefully the sump will pump water out. Well, it's the end of the long weekend. It's about 3. We're gonna be dark here in a couple hours. We feel like we've done everything we wanted to get done this weekend. It was a big list. We installed countertops, cut holes for the countertops, installed a sink, a faucet, hot and cold running water, fired up the hot water heater, everything got everything working for all that. We got the fridge. Fridge is nice. It only draws about an amp. It's a pretty low draw, so we ran it 24 hours on our little battery. And we've got the cooktop installed. So, we also moved the sump pump. Tyler and I decided that if we would probably have to replace the sump pump from time to time, and it was way in the back and it was going to be a pain in the neck, so we moved it further forward in the hopes that it'll be easier to change out. Oh, we also built the bed, the first twin bed with accessible drawers for stowing stuff. So we got a lot done. Next week we have windows to do. We planned to do a bunch on the windows. We've got the butyl tape to caulk around the outside and seal them up, but we wanted to paint the inside so they look nicer than old 20-year-old aluminum. And that's about so that's the big thing that we got to do. We have all the things we need for the solar. We just have to go up there and tape them down. We got flexible solar panels, so it'll be easy to mount. We got all the hardware we need for that. I think we are ready. Oh, we're waiting on the second tank. We ordered the tank and they were supposed to be here on Saturday, but the second tank didn't get here. So we're waiting, unless that's FedEx delivering a tank right now. They're supposed to come on Tuesday and give us our second tank. And then we'll have our tanks hooked together and we'll have 150 gallons. And as soon as the tank is in, we're gonna finish out the master bed. And then we could go camping in this thing. So that's our goal. Extra tank, finish the bed, clean the windows. Oh, we've got upholstery on order for this twin bed and we have to build another one of these. So those are the big projects still to come. Thanks for hanging out with us and we'll see you all next weekend.